Hello, grade 8s. This is a video now following surface area. I recommend maybe you watching surface area of prisms, but this video is on volume of prisms and same shapes as the surface area. We have a cube, a rectangular prism, we have a triangular prism with a regular isosceles triangle, we have a triangular prism with a right angle triangle, and we have two cylinders, okay? But this time we're going to find out the volume. So volume is really simple because you have to remember the formula, basic formula is area of the base times the height. So what I'm gonna do before I even start is I'm gonna highlight what is the base of each shape. Oh, pardon me. What is the base of each shape? And then I'm gonna highlight them yellow. So in a cube, the base is really any side because every side can be found throughout the whole shape. So each cube has the same base, which is that shape right there. Okay. In a rectangular prism like this, the shape that's the same throughout that we call the base shape is, it could be really anyone. It could be this one. It could be this one. It could be this one. It doesn't really matter because each side could be found throughout. But typically when it's flat like this, I just say just make that the base. Same as that, right? That kind of the front side. In a triangular prism, the base shape is not a rectangle. The shape that's found throughout is a triangle. So I'm going to just color in that triangle like so. That's the base shape, okay? In a triangular prism where it's a right triangle, it's again not a rectangle. The shape that's found throughout that's called the base shape is that triangle right there. It's found throughout the whole shape. In a cylinder, I hope you agree that we know there's a circle on top, a circle on the bottom, and then there's a middle part that is basically a rectangle. Well, the part that's found throughout is a circle. This is the main shape that's found throughout. That's the base. So in both of these, the base is the circle. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to follow the formula. So the formula says, just take the area of the base and then you times it by the height. Okay. So this is the base and this is the height in a cube. This is the base, and this is the height. This is the base shape, this is the height. This yellow shape is the base, this is the height. You notice the height is always the side that's kind of along the ground as I put it up this way. So in this case, watch, this is the base, but this is the height. In a cylinder, that's the height of the can. And again, this is the height. So those are the things you have to know. Okay? So in a cube, we find the area of the yellow region and we times it by the height. So there's a formula for that, right? This is a cube. So the volume is equal to, this is a square, so it's L squared times height. Now, you can use that one, but we also use this one. This is a very, very common one. Volume is equal to length times the width times the height, because, of course, this is length and this is width of that square times the height. So LWH is a great formula for a cube. For this one, it's the same idea. We have L, we have W. To find the area of the yellow base, I go L times W times height. So again, the formula that works really well is L times W times H. So let's do these two first because they're the easiest. They're really super easy to do. So basically, this is a cube, so every side is the same. It's 5 times 5 times 5, and that'll be our answer, which is 125 centimeters. And as it says in our definition, This is the amount of space or cube units that a 3D object occupies. So these units are cubed with a 3. This is the volume of this cube. The volume of this rectangular prism is found with the same formula. So we go length 4 times 7 times 10. So 7 times 4 times 10. It doesn't really matter as long as you're multiplying all length, width, height, all the numbers together, all the dimensions. And so that equals 280 meters cubed. We have to watch that we use the same units. Okay. Okay, now, triangular prisms. We have to find the area first of this base, which is the yellow region, then times the height. So that yellow region is a triangle. We have to go base times height divided by 2. So volume is equal to base times height of the triangle divided by 2. And then we times it by the height of the shape. So it's going to be base times height divided by 2. So it's this height. So it's base, this base times height divided by 2, then times this height. Okay? So we substitute, and so base is 15 times 6 divided by 2, then we times it by this height, 22. And we're going to type all of that in, straightforward. 15 times 6 divided by 2 times 22. And it equals 990 feet cubed or cubic feet. That is the volume of that triangular prism. Okay? This one here is the exact same formula. So this triangle is base, this is the base, this is the height. So we find the area of this triangle first, which volume is equal to base times height divided by 2, but then we times it by the height of this shape, which is this height. Okay, so we substitute. So 15, base of the triangle, height of the triangle, divided by 2. Then we times it by the height of the shape, 28. Base times height, divided 2, times 28. So we type all of that in. 15 times 12, divided by 2. Then we times by 28. And that'll give us 2,520 meters cubed. That is the volume of this triangular prism. Okay? Okay, so now to find the volume of this cylinder, we got to find the area first of the base, which is the yellow region, then times the height. So we learned previously that to find the area of a circle, we have to go pi times radius squared first. That's the yellow region, pi times radius squared. Then we times it by the height. And that's the formula. So base is this times the height of the shape. Okay? So we go pi times radius is 6 squared times the height 15. So we'll type all that in. So pi, it's on your calculator. Just find it. Times 6. Hit the squared. Then times 15. And you will get 1,696 decimal 46 centimeters cubed. That is the volume of that cylinder. So there's our formula, pi r squared, pi times r squared times h. Okay. And finally, we have the cylinder. Once again, I have to find the area of the yellow, then times the height. So volume is equal to pi times radius squared times the height of the shape. Okay, so it equals pi times radius. This is the diameter. So the radius is half of the diameter, which is 2 meters, right? So I'm going to use 2, not 4. So 2 squared times 3. So pi times radius squared times 3. You're going to type all that in. So pi times 2 squared times 3, and I get 37.70 meters cubed. That is the volume of that shape. So the tricky one is really the triangular prisms, because there's two heights. You just got to remember that first height is the height of the triangle, not this height. So you're going to go base times height of the triangle divide 2. Then you times it by the height of the shape. And the same with this one, right? So we take the base times the height of the triangle, then divide 2, because that's the formula for triangles. Then you times the height of the shape. So that's volume of prisms. So remember that formula. Area is the area of the base, times the height. That's how you find volume. And good luck. I hope you guys understood.